Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we're gonna check out the iFLIGHT Defender 20 Lite drone, which comes in a very nice carrying case. And boom, you got your drone and an accessory pouch with some paperwork but no manuals and stickers. The tools for servicing your drone and extra rubber pads. I believe extra propellers are optional. And this is the super neat looking drone. I love the design of iFLIGHT drones, and this one is super integrated thanks to the proprietary slide-in battery. This is a 2S 600 milliamps LiPo. You slot it in, it locks, and the drone turns on automatically, like basically a DJI drone, and it's 108 grams with this battery. And a system like this has pros and cons. Of course, if you are a beginner and you don't have the stuff to manage batteries, this simplifies everything. It discharges itself to storage voltage, and also you can charge it with a USB-C charger, making stuff much easier. It's very similar to DJI drones. On the other hand, if you already have drones, and especially if you already have 2S drones, you have already 2S batteries that will not fit inside it. There is no way to convert it. Probably you can convert it if you really want, but it's not the use case of this drone. So you are forced to use these batteries, and it can be a little bit of a pain. The drone I have is a pre-release product, and I had a couple of issues with the batteries I'm gonna report. Probably they are fixed with the final version of the product they're gonna ship to customers, but I'm gonna report the issues because if you have them, you know what's happening and you can write to iFLIGHT to get a solution. Both of the batteries I was sent were completely dead at 0 volts per cell, and I was able to rescue one. The other one I tried, but one cell is completely broken, and even the one I was able to rescue is not gonna perform amazing. I think that the integrated circuit that discharges the battery didn't stop at 3.7 and it discharged it all the way down to 0. The second issue is this charging adapter. You connect the battery to it and you can plug this into a regular LiPo charger, making the whole point of having an integrated battery kind of vain. Now, I know they make a 3-in-1 LiPo battery charger which is powered by USB-C, and I suggest everybody getting this drone getting that charger. And finally, let's talk about the drone. It feels quite springy, quite lightweight. These propeller ducts are removable, and you can have two forms with this drone. This ducted one and a ductless one, which is gonna fly better outdoors. The central plate is 2mm carbon fiber. This drone comes with the O4 Lite system from DJI, which is the same camera as the DJI Neo. It's soft mounted with this adapter, so I hope it doesn't have jello. The board is on the bottom, the USB-C port has a rubber plug on it so the debris will not enter it, and the antenna is secured at the back. The propellers are 2-inch from iFLIGHT, the motors are 1103, 14,000 kV, 2S, of course the battery is 2S, and also the flight controller is rated for 2S and is a F4. They have rerouted the USB connection of the port at the back of the drone, so it's easy to connect, and at the bottom you have an expansion port to add LEDs. When you buy this drone, you can select between an express LRS receiver or use the integrated DJI one, so you can use the DJI FPV controller. And finally, it's time to fly. I'm gonna go first with the propeller guards on and then remove them and fly again. We have a ton of animals today roaming around. So straight from the start, today is quite a windy day. My batteries again are kind of broken, so I don't know the flight time how it's gonna be. I had a chicken roaming around me before. I don't know where he went, but I can already say, oh, probably this is the best camera mount for the O4 Lite I've seen so far, because we don't have no jello, and finally we have a drone with no jello on this camera. And it seemed to fly also quite good for the size and for being a 2-inch. We have my grandma here, 94-year-old, and she comes to to pick the grass to eat. I don't know the name. I don't eat that kind of grass. It's bitter. And the wind is picking up, oh my god, but it's not flying too bad. We have my mother here who's coming with a hoe to dig up those grass better. Yeah, today it's a little bit of traffic going around because it has been raining for a week, so everybody is just doing outdoors activity. It has a little bit of issues. Oh, it has a little bit of issues going against the wind. Of course, it's a super lightweight drone. But yeah, for beginners, I feel like it's gonna be very nice. But make sure to get the USB-C charger, otherwise you're gonna be in for a nightmare. They claim it's gonna be flying 7.5 minutes without wind, probably indoors or in very good conditions if you don't push it too much. But it doesn't seem too bad even outdoors like this and with a kind of broken battery. It's flying good for this kind of drone with the 2-inch, with the Dji O4, and they are kind of heavy at 100 grams. But I feel like it's flying better than the beta FPV options like the Pavo Femto or the Meteor 2-inch. It's flying a little bit better, it has less jello, if not no jello at all. So at least it seems like they were able to take their time and make a little bit better drone. I wish it had replaceable batteries like regular ones, or at least give the option of having those. Land now. Okay, we did 3.5 minutes with a depleted battery. And now to remove the propeller guards, you just need to unscrew these 4 screws at the sides. And boom, the bottom ducts come off and now you have a Freestyle drone. It's still 102 grams, so you don't lose much weight by doing this, but probably it's gonna fly slightly better. Yeah, it doesn't feel very different from before. Maybe if the wind picks up, we will know it. My grandma has her bounty. She picked up a lot of grass, and yeah, I had to wait about 1 hour for the battery to charge. So she has been picking grass for a couple of hours. I don't know how is she not tired. Man, old people are built just different. Oh my god. Yes, maybe he flies slightly better now. For sure, if you're gonna fly outdoors, it's not a bad idea. So now she's resting. I didn't expect to have my grandma chase today. Probably she's gonna check her phone because she has a smartphone. She uses WhatsApp. A 94, that's just incredible. The point is she is a little bit deaf, so the only way of communicating on the telephone is writing the messages because she doesn't hear when you call her. So she had to learn. The dog is here. We don't have a lot of chicken today, actually. We are almost at lunchtime, so it's time to go prepare it. That's why she's going. She's going up. I mean, for a 2-inch 2S drone is not behaving too bad, actually. I totally feel like you're gonna, oh my god, kind of be able to learn. Where is she? No, I'm scared because I want a power loop here, but I don't wanna hurt her, so okay, let's do it the other way. Okay. So now she told me that I don't have to go with the bike down here because she found all of the grass smashed up. But what she doesn't know is I have my car and it rains a lot. And every time I have to go away with my car, all of this place is a swamp. And you can see my tire marks trying to get off when it rains. And that's not my bike, it's actually my car doing this mess. So it can be a fun drone. I don't know if it's better than a DJI Neo. Probably for freestyle is a little bit better. For sure you have a very safe 100 grams drone, so that's maybe a benefit, but it kind of does what the DJI Neo does in a smaller package. So I don't really know the purpose of this drone, because they market it as a crazy Cinewhoop for filming, and it's not, because it's not using the O4 Pro. It's using the kind of cheap camera. The quality out of this, it's fine, but it's not really the best. So it's not a Cinewhoop for working with. It's not for pro drone users, because the integrated batteries, we kind of don't like them too much. I wish there was some way of using my old batteries with it. And probably it's a kind of good drone for beginners, but you need to have the multiple USB-C charger. And we flew for 4 minutes and 30, so I freshly charged the battery just right now, so that's why it flies for a little bit longer. Time for my final opinion on the iFLIGHT Defender 20 Lite. This drone has the best O4 soft mounting system I have seen so far, and it doesn't have any jello. All of the other drones I've tested with this camera have had jello and vibration in the footage. So very good job. It also flies very good, is well tuned, is predictable, and one of the best experiences I had with a O4 Lite drone so far. It's a little bit heavy, but still is quite predictable when you fly. The battery system is a little bit divisive, because I know regular FPV pilots are not gonna be happy with this, because you already probably have, like me, 40 2S batteries, and I don't wanna be forced to buy proprietary ones. But for beginners who don't have all of the gear to charge the batteries, they don't want to learn, or they want to postpone the learning for later, this system can be quite nice. It takes the guesswork out of the equation. You just get the batteries, charge them with the USB-C, and pop them in. Super easy, just like a DJI drone. For this to happen, make sure you get the USB-C 3-in-1 charger and not the charging adapter with the wires for regular LiPo chargers, because you're gonna have a really bad time with it. Even if you are a seasoned pilot, you can only charge one battery at a time, because you don't have the extra wiring. There are no benefits for having a heavier battery with a proprietary connector if you use that. And that's all for today. Probably, again, I would recommend this drone mostly for beginners trying to transition from flying DJI drones like the Avata, the Neo, or even the other ones, and starting to learn safely without worrying about battery charging too much. This is a little bit simplified experience. Flight-wise is gonna be very similar to a regular FPV drone, so you can transition gradually. And as always, remember to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this drone. Let me know what you think about the dual setup and about the integrated batteries. If you want to buy something, check out the links in the description down below. Clicking on them, you help my channel a lot, and many times you find discounts. So thank you so much, stay safe, and happy flying. Bye!